Occupy Wall Street protesters are not giving up. Now they're targeting a new park to stage demonstrations. Francesca Maxime joins us now live from Lower Manhattan with more. Francesca.
Well, we're here at what is known as Duarte Square, about a mile away from Zuccotti Park, where the Occupy Wall Street protesters first set up camp. And take a look over here behind me. There's a median that now only has dozens of cops, and there are several hundred cops that turned out today, but several hundred protesters that also turned out. But around 5 o'clock, they moved down the street to Houston and Varick, so they're no longer here. But that is only after they actually stormed Duarte Square itself earlier today, and that's when cops say several of them were arrested. The hundreds of protesters picked Duarte Square at Canal and 6th Avenue as their latest home, owned by Trinity Church. The protesters came as early as 6 a.m. on the 3-month anniversary of their first protest at Zuccotti Park, about a mile away. They were kicked out of there November 15th. They've been trying to find a place to land ever since, despite Trinity wanting them to camp here.
He may not want that, but there's a lot of people who do, so we'll see how it turns out.
This man, who says he's a Brooklyn priest, says in standing with the protesters, he was roughed up by cops earlier today.
While I was sitting on the floor, one of the officers from the second row of officers came through two of the officers that were standing and just punched me right here.
Where you weren't supposed to be?
I was where the officers told me to be. They said sit down, and I sat right there.
Still, these protesters present a problem for people who live down here. If they stick around, this could be the beginning of a lot of drum banging for people who live nearby.
I like their cause, but you know, we do live here, so it's a balance between, you know, respecting people who live here and also obviously making a statement. So.
Now we're back live here at Duarte Square, where several NYPD police officers are still standing by waiting for these Occupy Wall Street protesters to perhaps reemerge. They marched away from here at around 5 o'clock, and they could come back. They have until 9 p.m. tonight to recamp themselves on this little strip where the police are right now. Then it turns into a private space, and that's when police can charge disorderly conduct if they come back and then arrest more of those folks. For now, we're live in Lower Manhattan. Francesca Maxime, WPIX 11 News. Heidi, back to you.
Francesca, thank you. More